Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Locke. Eluding the pressure right. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Luck again. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Penny, the 1st down carry. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Watch it now, Barney!
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 right at the 20. The pitch goes to Penny. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney! Over!
They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Another try for Penny. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Penny. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The defense may be content to give him 9 there as it brings up 4th and goal.
Now I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So I guess we'll call this a pitcher's duel so far. I think that was a 3-run homer there, and it makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, what inning are we in? It's not the most common of score lines, but it's pretty indicative of the fact that we're in for a tight one.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Right, 675.
Back to the air, Luck on 2nd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
60. Right, 674.
Out of the gun, Luck. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Luck. Ebron's got it. And he coughed it up. And the Seahawks have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mayfield now from the 50. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Detroit! Detroit!
Third and long for Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's second down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. On second and 10, Locke. That's caught out left by Perriman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Luck throwing again. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is third and long. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. Fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
On fourth down, Locke. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They begin with a run by Penny, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Mayfield off the play fake. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Watch it now, Barney.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay settled into the moment and into the game.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there, able to get it done and get upfield for big yardage.
Now a 1st down throw. Luck throwing for his line back, and he's got him complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boys. I see you.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Monday, 53. Hey, easy. To your right. Go ahead.
To throw on 2nd down is Luck. He's going to go for a big play down. He's got him in, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Luck on 1st down. And they can't bring him down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figure there's something wrong with the football.
From the red zone now, Luck. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
To your right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
On.
Here's Hines. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are in for 6. And this is good, and it makes it a 9-3 ball game. To Vecchio now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there. See how that recipe works.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mayfield now on second down. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Alert, alert, alert! Look out! 390! Regular.
After the interception, it's Love. Flush to his right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 6 there on first. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Check out. 39 days. 1 day. 53.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
12. Check out. 39 days.
From the gun, here's Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Andrew Billings in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken from just outside the 30. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little?
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Barkevius Mingo. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A shotgun snap for Luck. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, Luck. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On third down, Mayfield steps away to his left. And he's got Lockett. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
The handoff to Penny. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They give it to him running left. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. He can run, and it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And now the kick is blocked. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Love. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, Get him out in the flat and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Be right. Hurry.
On third down, that's Matt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Right back to him on first down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let it roll. 5, 6, 7, cut it. Go. 290. Check out. 11Z. Go ahead.
Here's Luck now on second down. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Out of the gun, Luck. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Luck now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Luck. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And that one results in 35 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Luck. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Here's Luck. Being chased out left. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are in for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. To Vecchio now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the... Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. They run with Hines. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Throwing now, Luck. That's caught out left by Perriman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're